Now, the next step, and this is the one where man has really destroyed himself, okay, began about the 1920s in there with something we had to come up with a method, manufacturers did, to give food a longer shelf life. And these are what we call hydrogenated oils, partially hydrogenated, and processed oils. Because otherwise, these are all fats, otherwise fats all break down. Let me give you an example. When you grew up, your mother made cookies. She put butter in them and animal lard. Those cookies you had to eat in 2 days, or what happened to them?
Rancid.
They went rancid, but they turned as hard as stone. I mean, you could break windows with the thing, you could skip them across the water, whatever. Did you ever notice the dad's cookies? You can go buy some at their local convenience store. They're 8 years old and they haven't changed. That's because these hydrogenated oils are basically one molecule from plastic. Hydrogenated oils and partially hydrogenated oils, if you really want to know, and this was the birth of margarine, by the way, okay, what these things really are, you can make some of it at home. You just take your Tupperware, put it in the microwave, melt it, and spread it on your toast. That is basically margarine, what you're eating. If you take margarine and put it out in your garage and leave it there, there is not a fruit fly that will land on it. There is not a fly that will come near it. There is nothing from nature that will even come and touch it. Except man, when the TV tells you to spread it on your toast every morning. If you did that with butter, if there's any deer within 10 miles, they'll be there. Possum, muskrat, you name it, they'll come. You'll bring them. You'll bring rats from every one of your neighbors' garages. They'll come in hordes with butter. Okay? So, what's it telling us? We have to get these trans fats out of our food supply. If you really want to be safe with food, as far as trans fats goes and hydrogenated oils, just don't eat packaged food because it's in everything. Now, let me tell you how terrible this stuff is. And I've been preaching this for 15 years on the David Suzuki show when I was on, and W5, and nobody listened back then. Here's how bad this stuff is. It incorporates into your cell membranes, blocks the good fats, so it affects all your hormone functions and cellular functions. There was just a study published out of the US, big 5-year study. 4 grams of trans fats a day. 4 grams. It's about the equivalent of a McDonald's French fries. 1 order. Reduces your chance of pregnancy by 79%. And you wonder why women can't get pregnant in North America. Do you know how many women we get pregnant in North America? I mean, over the years I've helped tons. And I had no fun doing it. I had to tell them to take omega-6, omega-3 fatty acids and a multivitamin. But the important part here is stop eating trans fats and processed oils. If the package says cottonseed, this oil, that oil, whatever, on it as a packaged good, don't eat it. You know how hard a time you're going to have finding anything packaged in a store that doesn't say cottonseed, soybean, processed oil, partially hydrogenated, and so forth. It's not going to be easy. There are a few products. When it says butter on it, we'll go crazy. You know, this is why even things like ice cream and stuff, right? You know, your expensive ones, Haagen-Dazs stuff. What is it? It's cream.
Does that include
Number 1 ingredient.
Does that include olive oil as well?
Olive oil is a monounsaturated. It's an omega-9. It is not an essential fatty acid. It is fine to cook with. Okay? It is one of the better ones along with coconut oil to cook with. But you want these oils not in altered state. The key is, okay, from nature. Now, so what do? We have been eating this stuff for years, and we have basically been aging ourselves. We have basically been affecting our whole health because we've eaten so many of these altered fats. So how do we reverse this process? What we do is we make sure we get on some omega-6 essential fatty acids that contain the precursor linoleic acid with the gamma-linolenic acid. And the only one you can trust, because there's a whole bunch of health food ones out there that are altered too, depending on how they're processed. I mean, the water's really getting muddy. This is the only one you can trust. It's called Ephamol. I've been preaching about this for 15 years. Many people wouldn't listen. When they wouldn't listen, I would just sit back and say, after a while, got frustrated and say, well, what can I do? Ephamol. And that's what they finally learned, that ethanol is the world leaders in research on fatty acids. It's a company David Horobin started way back when in the late 70s or early 80s. And this is your pharmaceutical stuff.
Don't worry, others may say every dog will have his day. Don't worry, others may say that those two-faced, no-brain backstabbers have their way.